I was 17 years old, just turned 17. And I guess I wanted to serve my country. I really did. I did my job, but we lost quite a few guys. But that's how it was. And good guys.
Our civilization, when it sends people to a war, they're never the same when they come home.
I'm always here for you.
And you try to forget it, but it's very difficult.
You can't keep it in. You gotta get it out.
I may not ever see this again, but I feel a little bit like I am right there with them.
A salute to service and sacrifice. I'm Maggie Bryan at Memorial Park in Colorado Springs. For the next 30 minutes, we're taking you with us aboard Honor Flight 20. 56 veterans were chosen to go on this free trip to Washington, D.C. back in May. The Honor Flight of Southern Colorado is for World War II, Korean, and Vietnam veterans to see the war memorials built in recognition of their service. Before they took flight, they received a special send-off from their own community.
I applied 2 years ago, and I got chosen this time around.
You know, it's such an honor to be able to be with my dad and with all of these people who've sacrificed so much.
It was a little overwhelming when we came in because it was like, oh wow, this is all for them.
The companionship and friendships that I hope to form with my fellow soldiers that went through the things that I went through, and we can relate to each other.
Start boarding the buses!
Dan, how you doing? Great.
Have a great trip.
Somebody wanted to know if I wanted to go through an honor flight. I said, well, fine, I'll try that. So that's how that got started.
Here we are.
And here we are. And here we are.
Oh, that was very, very special. You see them down there, you just don't see stuff like that anymore, hardly.
All of us guys have shared a lot of the same experiences. And family, you know, they don't really know what all we went through.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good flight.
The Honor Flight gives veterans a chance to heal and share stories with fellow comrades about the things they may have never shared before about their time in service. For those who served during the Vietnam War, seeing the memorial wall in D.C. can help mend the wounds they've been carrying for decades.
The wall is very, very special to me. I have a lot of people on this wall. We have a lot of A-teams on this wall that you went into combat with, and they were killed, and you got to go home, but they didn't. And to this day, it still bothers me. We got patients, we got alcoves. I'm always here for you.
Thomas Creed. We met right after boot camp. We both went to Vietnam at the same time. I was 20 at the time. He was only 18. We were on a convoy together. We got ambushed. We're taking fire, and there were 4 Marines that were in this depression out in the open that were wounded and taking fire. Thomas jumped up and ran out there. Well, he just ran out there to provide them cover. And as soon as I could, I got out there, and as soon as I reached down to pick him up, he died. Worst day of my life. I blame myself. There's something I could have done. It took me a few years and a few psychiatrists at the VA to bring that out. You can't keep it in. You gotta get it out. The more you keep it in, the more you damage yourself.
There's so many lives given up, and I have to ask myself why. Can't come up with an answer. You know, it just makes no sense to me at all.
Most of my memories are in the emergency room of 312th Evac at Chulai.
You saw some things that no one should ever see as a medic.
Without being overly graphic, there was a boy, he couldn't have been more than 17. Probably a bullet at some angle had taken the whole jaw off. I remember him looking at me, and it was basically, you know, like, help me.
Did you find yourself making a connection with people, or were you forced to help them and move on?
Both, you know, finding connections with people, and part of it you didn't know where they went. The nature of our hospital was, people arrive, you deal with them, they become stabilized, and then they go somewhere else. I became inured to it. I became hardened. At some point, you need to be able to reveal your real emotions about the people you've lost. This is my basic training best friend. Harry Nolte was 19. Douglas and Michael Kehoe were friends when I was a little boy. So let's go find who's next. He's a little on the left here. 58,000, basically boys. They were 19 or 20. Most of us on this flight got to be older. We got to lose our hair, we got to put on weight. They never did.
He was 18 years old when he died. And the best friend I ever had.
Very difficult. And I don't know what the lesson is.
Sometimes I'll just go to bed early. Because they all died tired.
Coming up, they're part of the less than 1% of World War II veterans still alive today.
So happy that I decided to go on this trip.
Hear from them about what they're taking away from this trip. Plus,
They said we were forgotten, but I didn't forget it.
this Korea veteran was trained to fly B-29 bombers right out of high school. Hear his story and why he says the so-called forgotten war should always be remembered. Welcome back. Aboard this honor flight, we had 3 World War II veterans. These are men who joined the service back in the 1940s and have seen our nation change a lot since then. They spoke with me about the sense of pride they felt while on this trip and how seeing the war memorials brought them a sense of closure.
I served in the Navy. Airplanes was my favorite. And I flew all the time and had a lot of carrier experience. I only flew single engine aircraft. Mine were fighter pilots.
I'm not a hero. All the heroes are dead. We're just the guys that are still happen to survive. I saw some terrible things. You think about how many lives were taken, it really makes you think a while, but at the World War II Memorial, people seem to come out of the water or well or somewhere. Most of them were young, some of them were adults. To me, it was sort of breathtaking to have people that they don't know me. They honored the fact that we had been there.
Just to be here and to see that, it's just a little bit overwhelming today.
Yeah.
So
You told me you didn't know if you'd ever see this.
that's
But
right.
here you are.
I may not ever see this again, but I'm proud to be a part of that. I feel a little bit like I am right there with them. I just wish there was more sunshine. I deserve it.
It just brings tears to my eyes. I'm so happy that I decided to go on this trip.
Often overshadowed by World War II and the Vietnam War, the Korean War is sometimes characterized as less important or forgotten. I spoke with one of the 6 Korean veterans on this trip about why this conflict was anything but insignificant.
I was 17 years old. I've never been away from home. Never. I used to draw airplanes. That's all I did in there. I wanted to be on an airplane. This is me sitting on the prop dome to show you how huge they were. Then they assigned me to Kadena Air Force Base on Okinawa, and we flew up to Steel, Japan. I think the war, if we wouldn't have been there, they would have taken over Seoul. They almost did. Communists in my book is zero. They are nothing. This is a guy from PA. He didn't make it back. I guess I was lucky. But we lost quite a few guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, they said we were forgotten, but I didn't forget it. It brought back a lot when I seen that.
Had you seen those memorials before?
No. I always wanted to go back, and I knew I'd never get back without help. That trip, that was unbelievable. We were talking all the time about what we went through and what they went through and what we should have done, what we didn't do, and it brought a lot of real memories back. I'd do it again if I could.
Still to come, the special surprise these veterans received on their way home, and the letter that brought this Vietnam veteran to tears. One of the most heartfelt moments on this trip happened on the way back home during mail call. The Honor Flight of Southern Colorado puts together large manila envelopes for each veteran full of letters from loved ones, old friends, students, and strangers.
Al Duran, Bob Chapin, Van Cole.
Thank you for serving our country. Very nice. Oh, it was wonderful. Makes you want to cry a little bit. Karen Alexander Perry. She was my pen pal. She was in grade school. In Vietnam, they had this pole out there, and they had strings hanging down with these letters on it. So I picked this one that had her name on it. I went and got a pair of silk pajamas and sent them to her, and a pair of shoes to go with them. When I got out, I lost contact. My letters somehow got lost. Karen Alexander Perry.
That's her.
That's her right there. Oh, let's see what she has to say. Come on. This is what it says. Dear Van, I'm happy you are finally on the honor flight. You deserve it. I still have some of your letters, pictures, and the pajamas. My mama said my letter was returned, that you were killed. My heart broke. I never heard that.
Yeah.
My eyes watered up. I can't see.
A few weeks later, your brother called, and to my surprise and great relief, you were alive and well. I am forever grateful to have met you. Fly high and embrace the moment of peace. Love, Karen Alexander Perry.
That's something, ain't it? Yeah, happy tears.
Dear Grandpa, thank you so much for your service and for being the best grandpa anyone can ask for. Ever since I've been little, you've been my hero and a person I look up to every day. Thank you for everything you do, and I'm grateful to be called your grandson.
Yeah. To get something from my grandson and write something like that, it just like you said.
When we come back, the final welcome home. See the celebration these American heroes received as they touched back down in Colorado Springs.
How are you? Higher than a kite.
Welcome back to this special edition of News 5. As Honor Flight 20 came to an end, there was still one very special celebration awaiting these veterans, a homecoming that some of them never got to experience when they came back home from war.
Here we go!
Oh, man! Watch out, here comes the old guy. Thank you. Hey there. Here we go. Brothers. Brothers.
You all, in the red coats and shirts here in the front, heroes to us. And you always will be. Welcome home. And you know, when you all came back, nobody welcomed you home and said thanks. But I pray that you all got a sense of cleansing through this. Service is a lifetime endeavor. Would you agree? You left your blood, sweat, and tears on the battlefield. You went back to DC and you had some cleansing. But the service doesn't end there. It goes on for your lifetime. God bless each and every one of you. God bless Honor Flight. God bless this great country.
Thank you to each and every veteran for sharing your story with us. We're forever grateful you served our country. Welcome home.